we live? I think we might be live. Oh. Right, once we are officially live, guys. There we go. Right, okay, I think we're officially live. So, good evening, YouTube. This is, I think, the first stream of 2020. Been a long time coming, one of these. And basically, we now know 8 out of 10 secrets for this thing right here being Blazing Vortex. Now, I do have my trusty notepad right next to me as well. Now, I will do a proper official video tomorrow once we know the other 2. Now, my bets, and you can snap it, whatever. My bets are the last 2 secrets are going to be coming for the War Rocks, which are the brand new TCG exclusive that are yet to be revealed. But as it is set in stone right now, well, I say set in stone, from the influencer leaks, we have seen 8 secrets out of 10. Some of them are what we expected, some of them are new cards that we haven't seen before, and some of them are annoying because they are archetype specific, which is a real shame if you wanted to build them decks, but I'm hoping that they'll become a little bit cheaper. So, let's start off with the one that was kind of, yeah, alright, no-brainer, Pot of Disparity. So the Pot of Disparity is you banish 3 or 6 cards from the extra deck, and you get to choose, which is, again, a little bit bonkers. And basically, from the back of that, you then get to add a card from the top of your deck. So I'm just going to find the exact translation for it now, but it is officially called Pot of Disparity, Prosperity, sorry, and this was revealed today on the influencers channel. So it's actually called Pot of Disparity for the OCG, so I can get the translation. God, if I can even type in the phone. But as no surprise, this is the secret. Very interesting kind of card as well. Why does this make it difficult for me? I've got to go through the OCG translation into the TCG translation. Oh. And I really hate it on the phone as well, because it doesn't actually give you the exact thing. Anyway, there we go. But yeah, no surprise on this. This is a secret. So, banish 3 or 6 cards from your extra deck face down. Excavate cards from the top of your deck equal to the number of banished, and add 1 of them to your hand. Also, place the rest of the cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. For the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, any damage your opponent takes is halved. You cannot draw any cards by card effects the turn you activate this card as well. So it's kind of like Extrav, but you get to choose 1 of 6 rather than 2 random. So it doesn't have to be activated at the start of the main phase or anything like that. So it kind of changes it up a little bit as well. Yeah, well, I mean, I'll get to Roll Trap's comment in a minute as we go through it. Secondly, the other one that we've got is the Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. Now, this is the Link 5 monster that is basically like a Super Poly. So it was called, like, I think it was called Saros. Saros Erish. I really like the card. It's been officially ruled in the OCG that you can use IP Masquerena to make it. But it requires 4 plus more effect monsters. If this card is link summoned, you can use up to 1 monster your opponent controls. And it does require 4 specific monsters, 4 effect monsters. So I reckon either the Pot or the Saros is going to be the Starlight. In my opinion, the Starlight Secret. But basically the way this card works is 3 of your monsters plus an opponent's IP Masquerena, or 4 of your monsters plus one of your opponent's link 4s or whatever. So, you can use up to one monster your opponent controls as link material. If this card is link summoned, you can negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent controls. This link summon card effect is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects that do not target it. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect that includes an effect that special summons a monster or monsters from the graveyard, quick effect, negate the activation. Don't have to lose attack, don't have to pay a cost or anything like that. You just negate the activation outright. So, very interesting and kind of go from there. But the idea that a lot of people are kind of like, well, can I use IP or not, is I think IP says monsters you control. So if you were to get 3 monsters on the board, for example, and your opponent had an IP Masquerena, you can then just link it. You don't have to declare you're using the effect to link. You just go, right, okay, you just go IP Masquerena and my 3 monsters, and I'm going to make the link 5. So basically, put it this way. when this comes out, if you are facing someone and they and you've got an IP on the board, as soon as they put a third monster on the board, you're gonna want an IP, because the next thing they're gonna do is probably gonna steal your card. I've only been back in Yugioh for a year, and I'm just already investing in a release like Extravagance was before I restarted. Then what else do we have? So the other card we have is Underdog. Now, I think Underdog is a bit pants, but basically the way Underdog works is it's a continuous track card. During your opponent's turn, your monster effects are negated. During your turn, your opponent's monster effects are negated. So it's not live until your second turn. I think it's terrible. It is a TCG exclusive, but I think it's awful. Then of course the other remaining ones. Let me just double check this one as well. So we'll do the last one before I do the ones that are deck specific. And this one's called Mirada. I think it's Mirada. Miradora Skywing. Skywing of the Whirlwinds. This is the other secret as well. I think it's okay. I don't think it's broken, but it's okay. So if your opponent special summons a monster or monsters with 2,000 or more attack from the extra deck, you can special summon this card from the hand. If this card is special summoned from the hand, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls that was special summoned from the extra deck. While this monster is face-up on the field, that monster cannot activate its effects. Only use each of the effects once per turn. Also, the activation and effects of this card effect cannot be negated. It's a 2,000 attack, 2,600 defense. Now, it's a nice little boom, summon, and off you go. But it does target, and most of the best cards around now don't like being targeted. Then we move on to the final four that we know of so far. Two more, still better than there are more rocks. But the final four that we've got two in the Armed Dragons, and we've got Armed Dragon Flash, which is basically a quick play, special summon a level 3 Armed Dragon monster from your deck. Shocker. And then we've got Armed Dragon level 10 Thunder, or Armed Dragon Thunder level 10, which is a shame because I really wanted to build the Armed Dragons. I really like them. But now knowing that they've got two cards in there that are both secrets. Now the level 10 Thunder you probably want at 1 or 2, maybe 2 on the balance. But the Flash you're definitely going to want at 3. So the Armed Dragon Thunder level 10. If this card was special summoned by the effect of an Armed Dragon monster, it gains these effects based on its own attack. 1 or more, this card's name becomes Armed Dragon level 10. 10 or more, control of this card cannot switch. 100 or more cannot be destroyed by battle. 1,000 plus once per turn during your opponent's turn. Quick effect, you can send one card from your hand to the graveyard, type one other card on the field, destroy it, and if you do, this card gains 1,000 attack. 10,000 or more once per turn, you can destroy all other cards on the field. So it's a really quite a cool card. I really want to build Thunders. It's just a shame it's a secret, but it is what it is. And then finally, for everyone else that was like, oh, I really want to play Security Force, I'm sorry, but you got the crud end of the stick on this one. Purely because I think the official reveals we've got is that they contain 2 secrets and 3 ultras, which is the most of everything else. And their secrets are, once I find them and get the translations. So it's Security Force Rapper. I think it's like Rapper Shimori or Shimori. So Rapper. See if I can get the English translation. Why does it want to be difficult on me? Always go to Alan Mac for your cards, guys. For your translations. So good. So quick as well. And the other one's the field spell, but I'm just trying to get the wrapper so that I can get the effects off. Here we go. So, monsters your opponent controls in the same column as a Security Force monster you control cannot target monsters for attacks, except a monster in their own column. Quick effect, you can banish one Security Force card from your hand, return this card to the hand, and if you do, special summon one Security Force monster from your deck in defense position, except itself. Only use the effect once per turn. So you can see why that is an important secret for the deck. And then the other one is the field spell, which again, waiting on the translation for this one to load. Security Force Bridge Hide. Bridge Hide. To be honest, I really don't want the War Rocks to be secrets, because like as soon as I saw them I was like, ooh, god damn, these look cool, I want to build these. And then I was like, oh yeah, everyone thinks they're cool, so it means they're going to be expensive to build. Now for some reason this won't let me load up the translation. Gotta absolutely love it. See if I can find it, just in general. Google Thatch. But yeah, that's basically 8 out of 10 secrets. 2 more to be announced. And it'll be interesting to see what 2 they are. So when an opponent's monster declares an attack on your security force monster in the same column, you can activate this effect. Your monster cannot be destroyed by that battle. You can only use the effect of security force bridgehead once per turn. Nah, I don't know if that's that good. I mean, I haven't looked into security force, so it might be like a heck of a lot better than I actually think it is. When it's, oh, there we go. When this card is activated, you add 1 security force monster from your deck to your hand, so it's your searcher, sure. When an opponent's monster declares an attack on an S-Force or Security Force monster in the same column, activate this effect, that monster cannot be destroyed by battle. I suppose it's kind of an activated effect as well. You can only activate 1 S-Force brigade per turn. You can only use this effect to protect once per turn as well. So you're only going to be able to protect once, you're only going to be able to search once. Still very, very good utility card. Right, let's have a look. I know, Roll Trat, and that's why I'm annoyed. Like, as soon as I saw the 2, I was like, guys, these look like Vikings. These look like they fit in the Subterra archetype. I don't want them to be Subterra support, which they're not. But like, I want them to be good. I want them to be a warrior deck that is like Vikings. That would be so cool. Looking forward to being part of it. Chances are first Disparity is super fun. I think Konami will have the pot as a secret. Only so that they can reprint it later as an Ultimate or Collector's Rare. There are 3 cool secrets. First Disparity, then Saros, then either the War Rocks, hopefully of the Armed Dragon Quick Launch card. Security Force basically already need another support release before they have a chance of being good. The War Rocks are kind of, yeah. I really want, so this is what I'm hoping for. Okay, now I think everyone should have the Link 5. I think the pot of Disparity or Prosperity is going to be for select players, but it's going to be worth a bit of money. I think the Security Force, I'm hoping they're going to go down. I don't think they've done huge amounts in the OCG. Same with the the Armed Dragons as well. On the first release, they'll probably be a little bit expensive, like 20 quid a secret. But then I reckon they're eventually going to settle down to be like 10 quid a secret. Underdog, terrible. Do not touch it. I would pick up a playset when they hit £5 or less. Other than that, it's not a good card, okay? Its Warning Point is better than that. It is not a good card, alright? Listen to it. It does not come into effect until your 3rd turn. So you've already given your opponent a turn to OTK you. You've already given an opponent the turn to get some back row hate in. And you've already given... Like, battle traps don't even survive in today's game anymore. Like, battle traps get hit straight away. Like, you... How many times have you seen anyone run into a Mirror Force, run into a Magic Cinders right now? It doesn't happen. That trap card is not going to survive. And why in the heck would you want to turn off your own monster effects during opponent's turn? Terrible card. The Skywing Whirlwind or the Sky Dragon Whirlwind, again, it's an okay card. I don't think it's a card you're going to be heavily maining. I don't think it's a card you're going to be heavily siding. So again, with that, I reckon it's going to come down. Like, at the end of the day, the issue with this set at the moment, unless they put in... Designator, which it's looking less and less likely that we're going to be doing it, then exactly like you've all said in the chat, the Prosperity and the Saros or Underworld Goddess of the Closed Winds, will be the chase cards. Prosperity 50 quid I reckon, and the Link 5 50 quid once it kind of settles down. Because you've got to keep in mind as well, we haven't got physical play. Guys, we've got no physical play. Look, take the last set, right? Zeus ended up dropping to £35. It's now started to creep back up. Which is fine. That's exactly what I expect to happen with the Link 5 and what I expect to happen with the Pot of Disparity. Maybe not as cheap as 35. You look at Great Beast Alpha, came out as 50 quid, dropped down to like 35. People are selling them for 25 now. Okay, it's just coming down. It's coming down and down because the chances are by the time we get back to physical play, everything's going to get reprinted. So, Virtual World does not need Zeus. No, it's an option you can have, but it doesn't need it. The Drytron XYZ is sick. So cool. Can't wait to see that. But yes, hopefully tomorrow I will have a full video with you. It will have a little bit more detail. I'll have a bit more images as well. And I'll take you on a rundown of all 10, fingers crossed, of the secrets. But I really hope they're not in the War Rocks. I really, really do. Anyway, thank you to every single one of you that joined us on the live stream. It was just a quick, short, sweet, simple video to live stream. Say hi, how it's going. Oh, that's kind of cool. And then, yeah, tomorrow I'll do a full breakdown. But for now, with Blazing Vortex, it's okay. It's an okay set. Especially if you want to build security force, if you want to build, remember metaphors are in there as well. If you want to build armed dragons, it might be worth getting a box and then trading off the rest. But other than that, it's kind of a balanced set. I like it. Anyway, thank you so much for every single one of you watching live, and I will be back tomorrow with hopefully a full secret breakdown for the deck.